Guys, I'm bringing the party to you.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
You big dummy. Oh, great Odin's raven.
Say hello to my little friend.
I stepped in a ditch last night, man. I almost froze my balls off, man.
You take drugs, Danny?
Every day. Good.
What's the problem?
Yeah, David.
Oh, we know Buffy's beer well without.
I'm the doctor.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
This aggression will not stand, man.
Engage. Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
Hey everyone, welcome to the what did you just say? You interrupted me, you bastard.
I did.
No, okay. Anyways, hey everyone, welcome to the Pulp Culture Cafe. This is season 14. Excuse me, episode 413. It is just myself and Scott today, our international correspondent. I would say correspondent, but Kurt was he called in for the Zombie Queen. So we are just gonna do a short show, and then you know what? I'm gonna thank everybody who's been downloading. Our numbers have been pretty good, but that's including this show and then all the radio shows I've been putting up. It's been very nice for us since we're just a at-home podcast. Is that homemade podcast? We don't have big names. We don't have movie stars. We don't have books and shit to promote. I'll say hi to China. We don't have a lot following. There's like 35 of them there. I don't know if they're doing their show.
Really?
Yeah, or they're listening to the radio broadcast. But hello to you guys. Cool. Thank you. So we're just going to start off with some news, and then after that, we're just going to take out our dicks and whip them all over the place and talk about anything. So.
What do you mean? What do you mean, whip-o dick?
So.
What do you mean, whip-o dick? All right.
Let's start with the news, or what Scott believes is news. How's that?
It's news in my mind.
Yes.
Project Hail Mary. Hail
Mary?
Project. Something about Mary.
Yeah.
Project Hail Mary has been doing incredibly well at the box office. It's up over 650 million worldwide now.
Cool.
And that's good, because that's an original film.
Yeah. It's based on the book. And it's from the writer to do the Mars movie. Oh shit!
Yes,
can't remember.
Exactly. The Martian.
The Martian. That's right. Yes.
Yeah. It was initially just going to have a 45-day release in the market, but Amazon has said, nope, we're going to go longer. We're going to keep it in the theaters longer. It's doing well, and it's returning to IMAX for a 1-week run. That started on April the 17th, so that would be a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to see this. It's nice to have original films that are doing this kind of box office. I mean, I think this honestly helps to really push Ryan Gosling. Hey, this guy can be
even
an action
further.
star. Yeah, it does well for that new Star Wars film coming out in a couple of years, where people will be like, okay, this guy's a leading man now.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, he's been a leading man now for a while, and just I wouldn't say he's in our circle of things. Like, we know him, we watch his movies and stuff like that, but he's been a leading man for a while. So
he's never really done it by himself. Like, he's been Harrison Ford in Blade Runner, or he's done The Notebook with romance. But in action, I can't think of anything where he's done it and led it by himself. And that's kind of what I meant. He's like, he's looked at as kind of a leading man now, which is really good. Like, for instance, Barbie had Margot.
Yeah.
He had I was gonna say Margot Kidder, but that's not right. It's the funny thing was, the directors of this film, two gentlemen by the name of Phil Lord and Chris Miller, they were fired by Kathleen. Those are the two guys that got fired by Kathleen Kennedy from Solo.
Oh,
like,
really?
back in the day, like 6-8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good that they're landing on their feet and found someone who liked their vision, because she did not. Because I was doing some research for this, and they hooked horns at every turn of that film until finally she said, "You need to leave now," and she shit-canned them.
Yeah.
So, but in fairness, they were also locking horns. His last name's Caston. He had worked on Empire Strikes Back,
Mm-hmm.
and they just had two different visions. And my understanding is Phil Lord and Chris Miller wanted to play it straight. They didn't want to have a bunch of yokey shit in it, like a lot of, I call it the James Gunn hijinks.
Yeah.
And they did. So they did, and I'm not sure whether it made a difference or not. I mean, it was in a bad position right after that last Star Wars movie, but yeah, when I saw their names, I'm like, I know those two guys. I'd done a story on it back in the day where they locked horns with one Kathleen Kennedy.
I haven't seen it yet. I thought for sure it'd be out of the theaters by now, but
Yeah, it's got some legs, and I guess the CGI is really good in it. I think it's a lot like Castaway in Space.
yeah.
You know, because there is a little sidekick, and but you know, hey, I mean, if it's making money, and I had read an article the other day that said that box office receipts worldwide were up something like 23% last year, which is great, you know, for movie theaters. Rockstar Games. You ever play any Rockstar Games?
I might have. The only one I know is GTA that I can think of, but I don't play that one.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
They there's a hacker group by the name of Shiny Hunters. They're demanding a ransom and threatening to leak data. Now, the data that they have is they have obtained 78.6 million records linked to the Rockstar Snowflake environment. I have no idea what this means. I'm just saying it. I guess it's some
cocaine,
world, maybe. Yeah. Spokesman said it was a breach of not of their own infrastructure, but Anodot, which is an external analytics provider connected to the system. So it wasn't their stuff to get hacked. It was somebody else's stuff to get hacked that was connected to their system. But they have the records. Now, when they say records, I don't even know what that means. Is it personal records? Is it credit card? Is it... I know on these hunts you gather shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll hear Lee talking about it. He'll say they'll go on a hunt and they'll gather all this treasure.
Yeah. And
it's worth something. And I don't know whether that's it. It's like 78 million people's bounty, I guess.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
They're asking. Yeah, they're asking.
Because it doesn't sound like they're going after the retail, not the retail, the customers. They're going after going after the business. Maybe they have some deal.
78.6 million records linked to it. Like, is that profiles or is it monetary, like credit card numbers? Do you use credit card numbers for stuff like that? I don't game at all, so I'm completely...
Because most of it's done online, even if you buy online or if you're buy from Rockstar or whatever, right? So if you...
Okay.
Whatever's... Like, oh, yes, I do play. Rockstar is... the cowboy one, Red Dead Redemption. I believe that's a Rockstar game. So yeah, I have it. Yeah. So I have played that one. Yeah, that one's a good one.
Well,
I like that one.
You're being ransomed like a cheap piece of ass, even as we speak.
Well, give me a cigarette and a chocolate bar.
You are one of 78.6 million users. But that happens a lot more. That just happened to get out in the public. I know our business has been targeted a few times, and they were able to get past the folks before they got the ransom. But that happens a lot in companies now, where they just quietly pay a little bit of money and the people go away.
Yeah,
so
this happened. It does. I think it happens. Yeah. I do have one. This is old news, but because we haven't talked about it on the show, you brought it up. We talked about Buffy, the reboot. They wanted to do it and all the information. I don't know if you brought this up, but I saw later that one of the things that pissed Sarah off was that the executive producer didn't even want to do it in the first place. He did everything he could to try and strangle it. He had no interest in the show. He had no interest in doing the reboot. He wasn't really backing it. He knew nothing of the show or of the present. He just was one of those. He sounds like he's hired on and he just didn't care.
I read that and I said, okay, I got to dig deeper on that. Dolly Parton was an executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
If the script was good enough, Dolly would have said, "Yeah, we're doing this." She was probably the biggest, wealthiest, most influential person that had to do with that project. Mm. And I know Sarah Michelle Gellar came out and said that she wouldn't name the guy, but I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that. Just like I had heard that they did a pilot, and it was panned by a lot of test groups.
Mm-hmm.
And they came back with another one. They said the pilot they did was too young and didn't have enough Buffy in it. I guess she was in like the last 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, you talked about this last time. I was just interested that you have somebody even working on the project that doesn't want to do it. That doesn't help.
I don't. If she had named the guy, I would have said, but it could have been just her saving face. I mean, when I heard about it and I heard the various levels it went through before it was turned down completely, like that's a proven commodity. And Disney, yeah. I've seen some of the stuff that they've said yes to, and the fact that they said no to this makes me think somewhere along the line, whether it be the writing or the scripts, and I read about a couple of pages of the scripts, and it was just not good writing from what I saw,
mm-hmm.
And she said the script was online, did not read it, and I said, well, I'm definitely going to read it now. And I read the first 2 to 3 pages, and I was thinking, wow, this is it just wasn't very good. But she wasn't going to be in it that much, my understanding, and that was one of the key things that they would not sign off on, is the fact that she was going to be a very, very minor character in the entire series, and it was a bunch of unproven actors, mm-hmm. and they've been cutting a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And the layoffs, and the layoffs happened after this, so this now makes a bit more sense, because if they're cost cutting something like that they don't think is going to be a sure thing, they might have just said, okay, well, we're going to jettison it, and they laid off like 1,000 employees across, and that was like 2 weeks later, I think, because that came out about 3 weeks ago, and about a week ago they laid off 1,000 employees, including folks from Marvel Comics that I'm going to be talking about here in a bit.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Move on. God damn it, move on.
So they laid off 4 editors in the comic division of Marvel, which I've forgotten to write their names down, to be honest. One of them is the new Daredevil.
It's okay. We're not professionals.
I think his name is Devin Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He's the new editor of the new Daredevil series that Stephanie Powers is writing, which is actually I got the first issue, and it's actually very good. She's a very, very good writer. I'd seen some of her indie work before she got to Marvel. She was the one that wrote Stephanie Phillips, I should say. She had written, what the hell was that indie book?
I don't know.
We both have talked about it before. It's up to like issue 12 or 14 or now. Anyway, she's a great writer. And he was the editor, and I was very surprised when he got his walking papers. But then I looked at some of his previous stuff, and I'm like, oh, all that stuff got canceled. So that may have been made before the decision may have been made before the first issue of Daredevil came out. Because I heard the first issue of Daredevil sold 300,000 copies, which is pretty fucking good.
Okay.
So
yeah, I don't even know how. Like, what is a better run of books than I do, because you think about the market, and I don't understand the market, but 300,000, you said it's pretty good, and then you think about how many people there are. I always wonder how many actual buyers. You know what I'm trying to say? How do you measure that against what are you measuring it against to say 300,000 is good? And I don't mean you, I just mean the industry.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it makes money, I mean, once everyone's paid, if it's made money, and that's kind of what they're doing now is, they're going to 5-issue blocks now. They do the 5 issues, they do the trade. If those two come together and they make money, they continue it. Because it seems like for the last year, every book that gets canceled goes to exactly 10 issues. The new Avengers, there was an Avengers series, which is unheard of before. When you had an Avengers series, it rarely ever get canceled, especially main team Avengers. And get canceled at issue 10. And there was a couple of them I've been reading, and X-Force, another one, canceled at 10. I think what they're doing is 5-issue blocks. If you make money, 5 issues, you continue your series. But if you don't, they cancel you. That seems to be where they're going. Which kind of makes sense. Economics. So the layoffs I was speaking about, there was 4 of them. And I'm going to say I'm not going to name and shame them, but I actually don't have their names. But I did look at the books that they were editing. And I was sitting there saying to myself, a large percentage of the books were canceled. So that kind of makes sense if they're just going by economics, which editors are having successful books and which aren't. So
yeah, like any other business then.
Yeah, exactly. So, but it is amazing that the layoffs went that deep. You know, the comics division isn't a huge part of Disney, but the fact that the layoffs went that deep into it says that they said, we're going to cut the fat wherever we can find it. So.
Okay. I don't know if this is. I just wrote down headlines, so it could be news, it could be general chat, but the only thing because the headline kind of just says it all, really. There is going to be a Doctor Who Christmas special coming out this year.
Yeah.
They're still going to do one, but they're going to use CGI and that bring back old Doctors into it. So we're talking about Chris Hartnell, John Pertwee, the second Doctor. Fuck, I can't remember his name. I like him. And then bringing him back into the story somehow. It could be small scenes, could be something else, but just to tell you that they're bringing him back, using him. So they probably have to get permission from the Pertwee family and the Hartnells and stuff like that, and Troughton. That's the second Doctor. And then I assume if they're going to use present Doctors who are still alive, they have to somehow get the okay for that. I don't know how it's going to work. It's just the title makes it sound interesting.
It's probably going to be AI. There was a quote that I had, and I never.
What did I say? CGI?
You said CGI. And
okay.
I was like,
all right. AI then.
AI. Yeah, AI. But that would make sense because it was a quote from a gentleman, and I remember the quote more than who said it, but he said, AI is going to be part of Disney going forward. People are just going to have to accept it.
Well, this isn't Disney. Disney doesn't have any control over it anymore.
No, what I mean, AI in general, when the big companies like that start saying AI is here to stay, and they laid off some of those, a good portion of those layoffs were visual effects related.
No, I thought you were talking about the Doctor Who show itself, but...
No. I mean, it'll trickle down. When you have big companies that are saying, AI is here to stay.
Yeah.
Other companies and properties like Doctor Who will say, okay, well, then if they're saying it's normalized, then we're going to start using it. And that's probably why. I mean, they need it. I don't watch Doctor Who, and I know Doctor Who sucked over the last 3 or 4 years, and a lot of people have not been happy with it. They weren't even sure if it's going to come back.
Yeah.
So they're probably doing this to hopefully get some of that old crew back.
Well, there's rumors HBO's looking into maybe doing something with them. I haven't dug into it, but it just said there's been talks, or kind of like a, we're maybe sort of thing. So
yeah. That showrunner, every now and then I'll see a quote from him, and I'm thinking,
Russell T. Davis.
Yeah, just let things go. Like you're not doing this company any favor.
It's amazing that the same guy who helped breathe life back in it when he was with David Tennant is the same guy that helped create the death of it.
Yeah. It's like every now and then I'll read a quote, and it's not even anything that's constructive. It's just, fuck, all those people didn't like it. They're all shitheads. It's like, okay, well, you're not helping yourself, but go ahead.
Yeah.
That that reminds me, it's not really a story that I have, but the young lady, and I enjoyed her. She was on Riverdale. I think her name is some Mercedes something or another. She plays Tila, I believe, in the new Masters of the Universe. And she started going on about toxic masculinity in a fucking interview about a movie called He-Man. Oh, I guarantee you the folks are like, God damn it, even if you believe it, can you just wait until
Just talk about the
July,
fucking
maybe?
movie, and you know
Just
it was
talk about
fun.
the fucking movie?
Yeah.
You know? And all I saw was like the comments section, like, okay. Like it wasn't even anger anymore, but it's just okay, now I know what I'm getting and I'm not going.
Yeah.
Like just fuck. Why do that?
Because they're not that smart.
Yeah,
They
it makes no sense.
I think they think for a real large majority of people, and a lot of people, they just know I don't care. Like, stop it.
I want to go to a movie, not a sermon. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's it. I'll go to a drama, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
You're going to see contracts. You're going to see contracts that are going to have a language of them probably within the next 5 years. Look, you know what? If you want to talk about the movie, talk about the movie. But if you go outside that, you're going to be penalized for it, because there's been a lot of people that have cost a lot of money, and I suspect that's going to cost a lot of money. But you know, some of these actors think, okay, the movie's complete, I've been paid, I'll say whatever I want.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to that movie. It looked the trailer looked really good.
So what else you got on news if we just want to ramble? Stuff you consider news?
This came out a couple of weeks ago, but 1,000. I don't know why they did that count, but I don't know whether someone did a head count or not. 1,000 major Hollywood figures have signed an open letter opposing the proposed merger between WB and Paramount Pictures. Did they do a head count? 1, 2. Bryan Cranston, Ben Stiller, Joaquin Phoenix, directors. I saw the list. It's a pretty fucking impressive list, to be honest. I was sitting there when I read the list. I'm thinking, you know, you motherfuckers have a lot of money. Why don't you just open your own studio? Like, there's a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Paramount released a statement reaffirming its commitment to continue to license content and release at least 30 movies a year. And I heard they were going to do that. 15 under Warner Brothers, 15 under Paramount. So that's not a bad showing in the theaters.
Sorry, go ahead.
The California Attorney General says it's not a done deal, and they're going to scrutinize it quite a bit. But money talks, and I suspect it's going to be a combination year or so down the road. That's just the way this stuff goes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was looking at that crew, and when I saw the signatures and who was signed up, I was like, "You guys got enough fucking money. You guys started." Remember when Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Geffen started their own? Yeah. They could start their own company, and it'd be pretty fucking impressive if they're all on the same page when it comes to that. So, but I'm not sure if this will do anything to stop it. It shows opposition, but I think personally it's a done deal.
Yeah.
But they should, if they feel that strongly about it, they should just open their own studio. God knows there's enough money there.
Yeah. Who knows? You know, it may come to that. I mean, I haven't heard a lot. It was mentioned a while ago that those couple of actors. One was moving the studio to Texas, production studio.
What's his name? Bad Robot is moving to New York.
Is it? No, but you know, Malcolm or McConaughey and a couple other guys talked about that.
Yeah, they had talked about opening a studio. I mean, I looked at the numbers for TV. 2/3 from like 2021 to 2025, the end of 2025, something like 2/3 of the productions have moved out of Hollywood. It was like, you know, I think like 2,700 down to like 800 and something. Like a huge amount of production has moved out of Hollywood. Now, listen to a few podcasts. It was on Stephen Amell's podcast where he and Michael Rosenbaum were talking, and they were, you know, because he had shot the season of Suits in LA. First season, the show got canceled, and he said that's all they're shooting is just fucking a few shows here and there, game shows, and that's it. That's all that's going on in Tinseltown these days. So I don't know. I think some of the very rich people there did not like the way their reaction that was to the fires.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're really pissed off that their homes burned down, and there really hasn't been a lot of push to get these houses built back up. And I think a lot of them are just. I'd heard that Spielberg's saying we're leaving, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know, if he decides to go elsewhere and take all of his money with him. But yeah, just where we're at. I think the fires had a lot to do with it, though. They were like, "This is crazy." You know, it just burned down, and the more comes out of how everything was handled, they're like, okay, maybe it's time to look elsewhere.
Okay. Anything else, or you just want to go on and babble incoherently about different stuff?
Did you watch? This is a trailer actually. Did you watch Punisher's new trailer? One Last Kill.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What'd you think of it?
I liked it. You know, it just gave a dark side to more of a dark side and sort of a look into Frank's head too, and how he's PTSD. PTSD. You know what's going on within his head from all that stuff. I'm hoping from the title it's not the last time that he plays Frank, but you never know.
I hope so too.
But
it's going to be how successful it is. But he's directing and writing it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you told me earlier that he didn't like what they're doing, and so he took over. And said,
no.
You want me to do it, this is what we're going to do. So
it's coming out May 12th, and I hope that last time he was seen on Daredevil, wasn't he locked up in a cage somewhere?
No, he's out.
He's out.
He got out.
Those guys were beating him up.
Yeah, well,
so
he was put. It was an after scene, post credit scene where he showed him in jail, and he got talking to the guard, and the guard kind of was like a fan of Daredevil, so he's able to sick him, talk to him and get him to, and he finally got closer, and he just fucking took the keys and got out. So yeah.
Okay. All right, that makes sense now. I actually didn't see that scene, so I'll have to take a look at it.
Yeah.
Not much is given in the way of a storyline, but it's very cerebral. Like a lot of meaning imagery where it's just him on fire and stuff like that. Hope it has a few guest stars, but I mean, if it's is it supposed to be like a 2-hour movie? I assume.
I have no idea. I haven't checked into it. I just know it's coming out on Disney Plus. I don't know what.
Yep.
I haven't done any more back and checking into it, see what's going on. So that's something we can check in and talk about next time.
Hopefully it's a successful movie because he's good. He's good as the Punisher. Mm-hmm. And if he can write some good stories and bring in some guys like I remember when he first started playing the Punisher, he had a thing where he said he went to comic book stores to get the comics. And the famous story, we went to one and the guy said, "Don't screw this up." He said he said, "Okay, you want this? No, you don't want this." And the guy gave him a list of, the best of Frank, and he said, "Don't screw this up." So we'll see how it goes.
Well, the actor can only do so much. It's at the hand of the company, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Director, editors, the studio, they can fuck it up.
I've got one more story. This is like a big story because it's the highlights of CinemaCon in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, which I found fascinating because do they have cons in Las Vegas that much?
Not that I know of. Well, they've got the AVN Awards, the Adult Video Awards.
No, I mean like a Comic-Con, like a San Diego Comic-Con type thing.
I don't know. You talk some of those porn fans; they're just as big.
That's true. That's true.
The
people that were there for this was like something you'd see at San Diego Comic-Con. Like just to go through Robert Downey Jr. was there. Tom Cruise was there. Chris Nolan was there. Spielberg was there. Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. Like there was a lot of big fucking names.
What's the name of the con again? CinemaCon? I think it has more to do with the business than it has to do with fans. So
it does. Just a quick breakdown of the various studios of there. Marvel was there. and they showed the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard anything about it at all?
No, I could have watched the show that talked about it, but I didn't really want to. I didn't watch it yet, so.
It sounds decent on paper. I've heard a few rumors that if they go that route, and it's not spoiler because it's just a rumor, but I heard that they may end up killing Steve Rogers' son, which was just, what are you doing? Like, it's just, okay, you can go that route, but...
Well, that's in an alternate universe, you know?
Yes. Well, I don't know, but, like, even to after, I don't know, we'll see, but it's like, there was a thing that, the Russo brothers, it was a statement that I think it was at CinemaCon where they said that this event picks up right after Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
Which was like a nice way of saying, we made a lot of shit in the last 5 years. We prefer you not think about it.
Yeah.
You know, because they're re-releasing Avengers Endgame
Yeah,
in September in theaters.
Yeah.
And they're going to have, they said they're going to have new...
footage added?
New footage added that's going to connect the two. And I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah.
That's as big of an admission you're going to get as they fucked up a lot over the last 5 years.
The only thing I saw about it was that it's basically everybody, like, I just laugh. They're saying this is better than Endgame, and I just fuck off. You don't know it's better than Endgame. It's just people blowing at each other. So
bots being bots.
Yeah, I know. It's like fuck off.
Bots being bots. I mean that build up to Endgame was. I don't think you could do it again. There's not that public patience with that kind of a slow burn build up anymore. It's just way society has changed. But Robert Downey Jr. was there. The directors Joe and Anthony Russo were there. Chris Evans and Robert Downey got together, which seemed to have more of an effect on them at the Oscars a couple of months ago. So that's Marvel. WB, Dune Part 3. They showed the opening moments, the first 10 minutes or whatever. Yeah. I've not seen them. I'm gonna watch those two movies.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've never seen them. Footage from Tom Cruise's new film called Digger. It's about the oil industry.
Oh, okay.
He plays a fat oil man. All I'm thinking of was that guy from Days of Thunder.
All I can think about is how is he going to run in a fat suit?
Yeah, he's going to run. He's going to end up running somehow. Yeah, it's going to be that big old belly flopping around. Dune Part 3 and Avengers Doomsday have both planted their flag on December the 18th. So they're now calling it Doomsday. And they're hoping it'll be Barbenheimer all over again.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I should fuck around with that because those movies came out in April, May maybe.
I'm not sure. You talking about the Barbie?
Yeah, Barbie, and wasn't it in the summer, like in like May or June, something like that?
I'm not sure. I didn't really pay attention. I just know I wanted to go see Oppenheimer.
Well, these movies are coming out on December the 18th, which is like 6 days before Christmas. So I don't know. It's risky to put them side by side because people aren't going to be like sitting in movie theaters all day. They're going to be doing shit before Christmas. So we'll see how it plays out. But I don't know. That's Oppenheimer and Barbie were two very different films.
Yeah.
And I think that's why that they had the success they did. So it was two very different audiences. But Dune and Doomsday, even their fucking names are start with the same letter. I mean, I'm not sure whether this is a good idea, but time will tell.
It's not our money.
No, it's not our money at all. Universal, Chris Nolan debuted footage from the Odyssey, which is the big. I don't know that much about it. I know it has to do with the Greeks or the Spartans or something or
Greeks
another.
doing Spartans?
Yeah, something or another.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about it, to be honest.
No.
Spielberg presented footage. I do want to see this in the theaters from Disclosure Day,
Yeah.
which is the UFO-based movie that's going to be coming out. There's a shitload of stuff coming to the theaters this year, actually.
Yeah.
I came this close to going to see, what the fuck was it called? Bus Boys?
Oh, fuck. Really?
Theo Vaughn
Yeah.
and David Spade.
Yeah.
But did you see the trailer?
No, but I heard about it. And I said, oh my God, what a movie.
There's a trailer, and it's, what the fuck that comedian's name? He has his own podcast. It's like, what's your wiener taste like? And I was like, just to hear him say that, I was going around. I was at work, and I'm thinking, I had to stop myself and say, what's your wiener taste like? He's in the bathroom with him, and he's trying to hit him. What's your wiener taste like?
Oh.
Fuck, I laughed my ass off. So I know the people involved and the people he has in the movie.
Yeah.
And they're a raunchy bunch of motherfuckers. And if they made it with their own money.
Oh yeah.
So it doesn't have a lot of oversight either. So
yeah.
I'm just curious what it's gonna look like. But I saw the trailer and I fucking laughed my ass off when I was watching it.
Mm-hmm. I just pulled it up. I'll have to watch it later. So.
What else do we got here? Oh, Amazon, Masters of the Universe. I think that's where the young lady said toxic masculinity, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen were there to promote Toy Story 5, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm glad that Tim Allen's back with that franchise. That was a really dumb thing to do, just to take him. Those two voices are so iconic with that franchise.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did it in the first place. So, and that is CinemaCon from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Las Vegas.
Please.
Well, they could have waited a couple months. They could have had the AVN Awards there at the same time. So they could have switched over.
I don't know. Is that June or July or whatever?
I don't know. I read something about it coming up. Or was it Pornhub? Pornhub having their annual awards.
Do you know who Asia Carrera is?
Yes, I saw that story.
Yes.
She's on Mensa. She's a Mensa member.
I knew back in the day. I thought, she's a fuckable little minx, and she did very well in the theaters. But she's also a brilliant, brilliant woman, and she just passed the Texas bar exam.
Yeah.
And I remember her husband, who she was married to, and I remember her saying that she had no desire to have sex with anyone else. I was like, this woman loves this man, and I'm thinking that is the luckiest man on the face of this earth.
Yeah. Because
she is a beautiful, smart woman.
Yeah.
She's got a few miles on her now, and
but she said, I did it just want to show people I could do it.
Yeah. So
I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be a lawyer. She says, I just want to show people I could do it.
There's a lot of smart women in porn. I mean, Brandy Love. Incredibly intelligent woman. There's another one, Sherry DeVille. She's like a sports medicine lady, and she just went into porn. And there's a lot of really smart women that have just said, "Fucking makes me more money, so I'm going to go over here and do it."
Yeah.
And they don't have to fuck. They don't have to fuck the hedgehogs anymore. You know, they don't have to fuck the Ron Jeremy. All the folks in porn now are these very handsome men with big wangs. They don't have to fuck hedgehogs anymore, so they're like, okay, you know.
I gotta write that down. I can't use
fucking the hedgehog.
Yeah.
Riding the hedgehog.
I got doing the hedgehog.
There you go.
Fuck, where was I going before I had to write that down? There's a... Yeah, in a sort of a side note, that reminds me of two stories. So there's a series on Apple, in which is it the youngest Dakota girl? There's
Dakota Fanning,
the youngest one. She's in a series in which she's a single mother. And her family's kind of a little screwed up, and she starts doing OnlyFans because it's the only way she can make money enough to take care of her child. So
I saw Nick Offerman plays her dad, and
he plays a wrestler. Yes,
And I saw an interview with him. And he was talking about wrestling, and he gave it the rub. He's like, I didn't know that much about it, where they have to do it night after night and they have to choreograph it. And you could tell he was like impressed by what he had learned, not knowing anything about it. But yeah, I saw that. It was I don't know. I think OnlyFans as a rule is just not a good thing. When the guy died, the guy was 46. The founder died there the other day.
Of OnlyFans?
Yeah, founder of OnlyFans. He died. I think it was 43, 44. But one of the young ladies who were on there thanked him very much after his death, no doubt to get a little bit of clout. And everyone, like some of the people in the comments were brutally honest. They're like, I spent thousands of dollars on there, and your platform helped me wreck my marriage. Like really honest tutorials. And I was thinking, okay.
But I wanted to add that the actress who played in American Pie, the first one, I can't remember her name. She announced she's going to go on OnlyFans.
Yes, 53 years old. Proudly brought to you by Arby's.
Yeah. So.
Roast beef sandwich.
Yeah. So, anyways, I don't know what she's doing. Doesn't mean she's going to be doing nude stuff. Just like that young lady, or the woman that was on Sopranos and stuff. She went to OnlyFans. She did nothing nothing pornographic, but.
I was watching a video of one of the young ladies who's on OnlyFans, and she was talking on a podcast with two guys who were basically money managers. They knew taxation and all that stuff, and she said, they asked her, how much have you made in the last? She said, about $70 million. And how much do you have? She said, about 15. And they were like, wait a minute. Are you sure? She said, yeah, it's been about $70 million. I've seen the numbers, and you have 15? And they both looked at each other like, okay, I'll tell you what, after the show, let's sit down just for a quick 10 minutes and go over your expenses. And you can just see the guys who have been ripping her off for the last 5 to 7 years sitting at home going, oh, fuck, the gig's up. Yeah. But yeah, it's painfully obvious that whoever's managing this woman's money has been taking her for a pony ride.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And some of the women get into that where they do OnlyFans, and not everyone makes a ton of money out there. But yeah, I read about the American Pie lady that she was doing that. She literally just divorced her husband like 2 months ago. Oh yeah. And now she's doing that. But I don't know. It's women in North America are getting wild. They're getting very wild. So,
well, there's no wild over here.
No.
Not around me. I need to get out more. But I want to bring this up before we do anything else, before I forget.
Sure.
I wrote this down. So I was going through Netflix, and Netflix now has a channel for podcasts, right?
Okay.
Where you can watch the podcast, not listen to it. You can watch it as they're doing it. Okay. And it suddenly hit me: podcasts on Netflix and other platforms now, like YouTube, are the new talk show, right? Yes. And I'm not talking about audio, because audio is different. We had the open, like Mark Maron before he quit, it was just audio, so he was at conversations. But they've taken that now and moved it to video. So, in a way, to me, it's a new talk show slash reality show now. Yeah. There's no money in. You don't have to. There's not a big production. 1, 2 cameras, a couple guys sitting around with a mic, and you have a conversation. So,
the two main ones I listen to, well, two of a few main ones I listen to each week is Your Mom's House and Two Bears, and they average. I've seen their numbers because how when you go on Spotify, they show how many downloads have been.
Mm-hmm. But I'm not talking about audio. I'm talking about video itself.
No, they have video too.
Do they?
Video too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's set up as video. That's why I brought them up. They have a video version of it, and we're talking each episode is like between 300,000 and 400,000 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. They have video. These are the ones, and same with Theo Vaughn, and there's a few other ones. Rogan's another one where they have video versions of all the podcasts.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, I just noticed this because every time I turn, it seems like they're adding in a new podcast on Netflix or something. So.
Yeah.
It's the old
Everyone and
days.
their dog's gonna be doing it.
So it'll Phil Donahue and who was the other one? Jerry Raphael and Mike Douglas.
Sally Jesse Raphael and
and
Mike
Douglas.
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
That's what.
Well, Jerry
that'll
Springer
be
wasn't a
next.
talk show. That was a battle.
Everyone will have a podcast, and then you and I will start late night. We'll get that like Kramer did on Seinfeld. We'll get the set from the old Merv Griffin show and bring on people. And yeah. I mean, it's podcasts are cheaper to make for sure. Conan O'Brien's already done it. He kind of saw the writing on the wall. I think that's one of the reasons why he finished his show, because like within a year he had a podcast. I know COVID had a bit to do with it, and that's where a lot of them really started doing podcasts. If COVID hadn't happened, I don't think you would have saw a shift from mainstream Hollywood into that arena so quickly as they did. But they couldn't leave their house, and they wanted to talk to their fans, and the podcast was the way to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah, so I just thought it was interesting. It just, man, more ways to make content without having to spend a lot to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah. So who's on, like, as far as Netflix, is it like anyone can put a podcast on there, or
no,
is it
it's,
specific
people who, already have, lots of followers or in show business or
Okay,
something.
yeah, that makes
No,
sense,
yeah, I don't think there's too many people on there. I haven't really looked to see if they're like that. Any of them have, they work from their basement and they used to have a job flushing, cleaning toilets, and now they're doing a podcast fame.
Well, there's a YouTube. I've been reading more like just stuff on YouTube. They've really been kind of a pain in the ass to creators over the last couple of years, because AI, they don't really need podcasters as much as they used to, because of the changes with AI and where they can make AI content.
Yeah.
And there's been more than a few people complaining that they're getting strikes for stuff that they would not have gotten strikes for before, and they're losing audiences, or they're putting all these creations into these clips and no one's watching because the algorithm is suggesting AI created content.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunate but true.
End of the world. I'm telling you, end of the world.
I feel fine.
I'm going to bring up a couple things because I know Paul says he listens. Hopefully he'll listen to this for next time. Two things.
Paul.
Yeah, that international correspondence. I don't know if we talked to him on here, but I might have talked to him when he was on. A satirical comedy set in the 1930s called Fuck'em Hall. Yeah.
Fuck 'em all?
Fuck'em Hall.
Fuck 'em all.
Hall. That's the name of a place. Newporter forms an odd bond with the youngest daughter, well-known UK family as a Davenport family, headed by the Lord and Lady Davenport. Deals with the epic disaster of a wedding of their eldest daughter to her cousin. So it's a British comedy. It's I found it rare. It has Damian Lewis, you might remember him. He was know him from
Homeland,
Band of Brothers and stuff like that. Haley Williams, Tom Fulton, Emmy Lard. Some of these are British actors, and so some of our audience might not know who they are. But
Okay.
it was written by who is someone else in there? Just a couple of people. Jimmy Carr, he's a comedian, British comedian.
Yeah.
There's other writers there, but that's the one I remember. It was based on the original idea by Jimmy Carr and Patrick Carr. So I can't really do a lot of beef. You have to understand British humor. It's a satire, play on words. Family's happy that she finally decided on marrying one of her first cousins in the family. Instead of going out of the birth line. Takes place in a hall with a murder and trying to figure out who killed who. And I can't do more description than other than that. If you enjoy the British humor, the wit, Jimmy Carr's reading stuff off the Bible. and he's reading stuff from the Bible, and he's not pausing where he should, so it makes it sound really bad, you know.
He's a great comedian.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
a brilliant guy.
Yeah. So, and the other one I wanted to talk about is Operation Dead Meat. It's from it's a Thai movie. It doesn't give the date here, so I think it's rather 2024. So in 1944, in the Chumphon province, Thailand, monk in a ragtag, his name is Monk. So, and his ragtag unit of young soldiers are thrown against the invading Japanese forces. And the invaders bring them a terrifying biological weapon unaware that has plans of its own. So basically, the Japanese are trying to develop this weapon that turns people into creatures that hopefully they can control. So it starts off really quick with a bit of a story. The invasion of the Japanese and these young soldiers slowly disappearing. And shows them what happened to them. There's some very creative scenes, film scenes. One with a zombie / person standing behind someone, and you think it's the person in front, but it's not. They're not basically. They're eating each other, like the zombies eat people. But there's also an intelligence there. They're not stupid as in just walking around growling and grabbing people. They have to eat people. It doesn't explain why, but they do. But they also have an intelligence to realize that we're kind of... They're trying to develop the next, let's say, super soldier, right?
Yeah.
But they got these, and... You know, you think, okay, in our movie, these certain people are going to survive, but in this movie, this twist and turn, again, I liked it because it's just a different way of storytelling, telling the story, and I know Paul likes the zombie films, horror Paul, so yeah, really, no one makes it. They give it that way, but it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. But then you have to be accepting of that that style of storytelling. That's the word I'm trying to get out.
And you said it was Thai?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. They just a lot of going through IMDb here. It doesn't really give it a production credit. That's who I was going to look through. But I believe the reason I caught my attention because it was a Thai film.
Okay.
All right. So.
You're talking about zombies. Something just popped in my head. They're doing a sequel to World War Z.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I actually enjoy that movie.
Yeah. I mean, they all take refuge at the end on the island of Nova Scotia, which is just not an island at all.
No.
And they're all dead. I don't know how they have a second one because all the fucking people are dead. Because they came across, there's like 100-kilometer peninsula connecting New Brunswick and Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
And I remember when I watched that, I looked at Susan like, that's the dumbest thing I think I've seen in movies. But yeah, it's going to be a sequel. I hope it's. I'd actually prefer it be a TV series, to be honest.
Oh really?
You know, it's too big of a story to cram into a 2-hour movie, and they proved that the first time around.
Is it? That's based on a book, right?
Yeah. The book's even longer. I mean, I remember the guy's been on Bill Maher a couple of times. You may recognize him. He's got black hair, and he said he alluded to it before that it's just too big of a story to put into a 2-hour movie, and they kind of showed it. They were all over the world in 2 hours, and a coworker of mine said, "Is there nothing that fucking guy can't do?"
Isn't that Mel Brooks' son who wrote the book?
Possibly. I know his last name's Brooks. It possibly might be him. Yeah.
I think it is. I think I have the book. I don't think I ever read it. I do. Yeah. It's over there. On the shelf. I can't see it. Yeah. It's too far away.
But turn it into a TV series. If there's anything like that deserves a mini series, it doesn't have to be a TV series. Make it like 6 or 8 part miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
If anything deserves it, it's something like that. When you have something that's taken place all over the world, give it 6 to 8 episodes. Don't try and cram it all into a 2-hour movie. But I'm glad that they're doing something with it, because there's, even with that, there's some iconic moments, you know, but there's also when they're all cheering and whooping and hollering and there's zombies on the other side of the wall, it's like, okay, you know, just stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the one scene that really got to me, is that all of a sudden they know the zombies are driven by noise, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they're it's just,
come on.
That's a little stupid. That shows how humanity really is dumb, both in storytelling and. So
I remember watching this saying, "Climb, you motherfuckers, climb!"
Yeah.
There's someone took there was a poster of it, and then they made a meme out of it.
Yeah.
It was a poster of it, and they put this poster of it where the zombies are climbing, and there's a helicopter there.
Yeah.
And they went, and someone superimposed the outline of a cat. And so it's this cat and the helicopter and the zombies, and the cat giving an interview. That was a day, I'll tell you. And I can't do it justice. If I can find the meme, I'll send it to you. It's the black outline of this cat jumping on this helicopter. Yeah. And he's like, that was a day, I'll tell you.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking hilarious. But I mean, it's one of those things that if there's anything good that comes out of that merger, it's the fact that they'll start, because they mentioned Top Gun 3 is going to be done too. But World War Z has been bounced around for the last 12 years now.
Yeah.
But it's zombies, and I mean, The Walking Dead's kind of done, and the genre's had a bit of a breather, because for a while there you couldn't swing a bag of dead cats without hitting a zombie thing.
Yeah. All right. I think that's good enough for 1 hour. All right. But I just want to end on this little note before we move on. So I was watching the news here in Alberta, and across the bottom of the screen, this little, the information tags they have, little things they tell you what's going on the bottom of the screen. Okay. Cops in Hanna, Alberta, call for help to remove trespassing beaver. So they had to the cops had to bring in extra cops to get rid of this trespassing beaver. Now, I don't know how big this beaver was. I don't know if it was an actual beaver or it was a beaver attached to something else. But I just found it funny that you have to have they made it sound like that these poor cops, these 2 cops or 1 cop, could not handle this beaver that was trespassing on property. So
2 thoughts in my mind was the Naked Gun, where he's going up the ladder.
Yeah.
He's like, nice beaver. Thanks.
Yeah.
I just had it stuffed.
Yeah.
and also Hanna is the hometown of Nickelback.
Yeah.
So that's their claim to fame. But yeah, beaver.
Beaver.
I'm sure they get calls for fucking everything out there. But beavers, well, they can be nasty bastards too. They fucking build homes with their teeth. So
yeah, big fucking teeth. Yep. Okay, that's about it. An hour ago. Yep. I mean, doesn't make the listener suffer too much.
Nope.
We'll come back hopefully in a little while. We'll do again, maybe stretch a little bit more.
Might even do a little. You had mentioned maybe.
Bullets for we're heading down to the Calgary Expo next weekend, so I'm gonna bring my equipment. We'll set it up and we'll just do little things there, and see what happens. Who knows? I won't have any of my editing equipment with me.
Well, there you go.
Anyways, okay, that's it.
All right. Have a good day, folks.
Have a lovely evening. Where is everything? I can't remember where everything is. There it is. There. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I'll hit stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.
That's all, folks.
Thank you. Come again.
Why, you little?